During World War II, millions of pieces of mail had piled up in England.
When there is no mail, there is low morale.
To get them out to the troops, the Army needed a new system. 855 black women organized that mail in 90 days, which is mind-blowing when you see the massiveness of it.
We have been ordered to provide hope to our exhausted soldiers on the front lines.
Casting was really important to telling the story. Kerry Washington just kept coming in my head. I'm going, wow, if I can get her to do this, this would be great.
Tyler was so diligent about understanding the history and the dynamics that were at play and crafting all of that into this epic drama.
I thought this is the perfect thing for Kerry Washington because she respects and honors women of color in history. For me, it was a no-brainer to go to Kerry first.
We're honoring every one of these 855 black women. You're marching for them. That's why it's got to be right.
The reason I chose Tyler is because Tyler loves history even more than I do. So I called him and I said, listen, I have a sizzle reel. I need 5 minutes of your life. He called me back within a half hour, I think, and was, yes, this story has to be told.
After one conversation with her, I knew this had been brought to me for some reason.
I get really emotional when I think about Tyler's work on this film because the amount of creative commitment that he's bringing, it's really inspiring.
Ready and action.
I wanted this authentic, real look and feel. The detail of the costumes, the lace, the undergarments, things you won't even see, and the bottom of a sock. Moving hundreds of extras through drills and marching, not missing a beat. I wanted it to feel like we were in war-torn Birmingham in 1944. Every detail, every window, every board. You cannot walk into one moment and not be transported back to that time. It's phenomenal.
Women of the 688 Battalion represent the energy in all of us that wants to quit but never does. They didn't do it for themselves. They did it for the greater good.
These women came in, they were given no resources, and they did what black women always do. Magical things.
To know this landed on me and all of us to honor them, I couldn't ask for anything more in my career.
This is our mission, and we will not fail.
Tyler just introduced the film here at the premiere, and he said, you know, our job, we all are on the same page. Tyler Perry, Nicole Avon, Oprah Winfrey, myself, the whole cast. All we want to do is lift these women up and make sure that people know their story. And we're doing that with this film. So it's so humbling, it's so thrilling, it's such a gift to be able to do this.
You know, I got to credit Nicole Avon. She brought me this story. I had never heard of this story. I was embarrassed that I didn't know it. So to have a moment where I could celebrate and honor all of these women who came back from war, and who knew 855 black women were in World War II, who came back from war and they weren't celebrated. So to have this moment where I can honor them and their families, it's pretty darn powerful.
It is beautifully overwhelming. I am filled with so much joy and pride and gratitude to be a part of this project. This isn't a film about me. You said I'm the heartbeat of it. I'm not. Lena Derriecott King is. These women are. The 6888 are. Charity Adams are. And I think that they're with us here in spirit. I feel a strange sense of calm right now. I feel like I should be panicking a little bit, but I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here with my Netflix family. I'm happy to be here with my battalion, with Kerry, with Tyler Perry, with everyone. So, yeah.
Well, my grandmother, Mildred Virginia Dupuy Leonard, was one of the captains. She was one of the first female black captains of the 6888 battalion, and she was just incredible. We're extremely honored. Extremely excited and just happy to be celebrating her.
This movie is so important. It is an undiscovered treasure of history for the world to see. I didn't know this story until Tyler called me, and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And it's as important as Hidden Figures, and it's really Tyler's legacy work, this is. I was just happy to be here and be a part of it and celebrate these incredible women.
From the beginning of time, women have we've done the impossible, and we haven't gotten credit for it. So it's nice when stories are told like this. Not told very often, but when they are, we learn something. Because I honestly didn't, before this movie, after this, the announcement for the movie, I understood what this meant and did my research. So it's educational too. It's very important.
I'm just thrilled that it was done. I'm thrilled that Tyler said yes. I'm thrilled that Kerry said yes. I'm thrilled that everyone said yes. But I also am really grateful that, my friend and fellow producer Kerry Seelig had the confidence to even show me this is a reel and say, I don't know if you can do anything with this. I don't know if you want to produce this. And I said, oh, absolutely. And this story has to be told.
I've had the privilege in my career of playing a lot of real women, whether it's Ray Charles's wife or Idi Amin's wife, or even Olivia Pope was inspired by a real woman, Judy Smith, Anita Hill. Charity Adams is such a task because she is such a hero. I mean, at 26 years old, she commanded a troop of 855 women overseas. I had her memoir that I read a couple times. I had documentaries. I listened to interviews. I watched tape. I talked to people who knew her. I just threw myself into the research because I wanted to ground myself in her power and her strength and her dignity and her love for these women and their mission. But I also wanted to make sure that my performance was different than anything I'd ever done before. I've been really lucky to be a part of some very iconic projects, and I wanted to make sure that when people see Charity Adams that they don't think about anybody else, any other character, that she gets her own story and her own legacy. So that felt like my responsibility as an actor.
I want everyone to remember, this is a story that I didn't know before I got the script, and now I can't ever forget it, right? This is something that was buried. It's a lost piece of history. It's not African American history. It's not Black history. It's American history. These women serve their entire country, not just their own community, and I think that that's something that can really get swept under the rug so much and has. So to have this night, it's beautiful. Everyone looks stunning. We're all so happy to be here. There's nothing better, I think, that we can do to commemorate not only the women of the 6888, but all of the women that have come after them. So yeah.
An interesting fact is that there were 17 million pieces of mail unexplained, and just there was no other contact for these people to be connected with their families. And what the 6th AAA Battalion did was connect these families, and they added so much morale to the whole military. So this is true American history and Black history, so we're excited to be celebrating not just my grandmother, but all of these women for sure.
Yeah, when he reached out to me and said, my grandmother's part of 6 AAA, I was like, whoa. Because what happened is a lot of women came back and they didn't talk about it. A lot of their children or grandchildren didn't know because there was shame around coming through because of the time period. Women weren't, supposed to be in the Army.
I think it's really important for everyone to take away the importance of paying it forward and not taking sacrifices of others for granted. I think all of us fall into that, but that's the beauty of history. I think the more you study it, the more you appreciate it, the more you go back to it and realize that people really had things hard.
Oh, it was such a loving vibe on set. There was so much nurturing. I felt like I did have to be a little bit their captain, but Debbie Allen was really our general, and Tyler was extraordinary. He was such a great leader. He was our commander-in-chief. So it was a really special vibe on set, a lot of love, a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work, and a lot of devotion to the mission of telling their story.
It was exactly that. It was a very difficult film to shoot. We shot a lot on location in England. We shot some in Atlanta, Georgia, both places that these women actually were, funny enough. So it just really harped on the history of it all. It harped on the struggle of it all. And I think we went through the obstacles together, all of us ladies. We are not soldiers in real life, but we had that mountain to climb together, and it was fun. I know that doesn't sound like what it was, but it was fun, the camaraderie that we built. So yeah.
I think the thing that's so special about the film is that even though it's this particular story of this group of Black women at this moment in American history, anybody who's ever been underestimated or marginalized or doubted in any way identifies with their journey. These women step into their destiny and they say, I don't care that you don't believe in me. We believe in we. And I think it's so inspiring. That's what I want people to be present for the idea that it doesn't matter if somebody doubts you, you can do what's in your heart to do. You can meet your mission.
We have the most most to prove. Now is where you show the proof. This is our mission.